Congresswoman Paulina Luna joins me now. You are so young, Congresswoman, that I'm going to ask you how old you are. How old are you?
I'm 35.
All right, so you're incredibly young, you're 35, and you see this new generation coming up. Do you understand how important this is? The president does.
Yeah, most certainly. In fact, Jesse, it's interesting that you're bringing that up. I'm currently working on something that would allow new parents and specifically female members of Congress to vote by proxy when they're recovering from childbirth. So look, we need a younger Congress. We are currently seeing right now that the American people want to have young representation. We have to carry the torch. And it means bringing some of these institutional changes that I believe will be better for the American people in the long run.
And if you're not growing, you're dying. And that's why Greenland is necessary. Do you have colleagues in the House that are against taking Greenland?
No, I don't think so. Well, actually, I take that back. I think that there's been some murmurs of people that think that it might just be messaging, but I would actually argue from a strategic standpoint, Jesse, that would actually be a great location for us, not to mention from what I gather, the people of Greenland are very much supportive of becoming potentially a U.S. territory. And so I'm supportive of it. Why would we not want to expand our message and really have people that are for the America First and pro-American ideology?
When we talk tariffs and trade and the president talks about buying American, why is that important? People don't usually get it.
Well, as of right now, specifically in the 70s, when big corporations started sending industry overseas, what ultimately ended up happening is it actually hurt us back home. A lot of jobs ended up going down. We obviously lost our steel industry. And so when the president talks about reciprocal tariffs, it's important for people to realize that's actually a very good negotiating tool as well. What ends up happening is those countries no longer want to, for example, like China, put 100% tariff on product if we are charging them then the same. And so it actually will help in the long run to not just bring costs down for the American people, but also manufacturing back to the United States. I've actually been a huge advocate for the president's perspective on this idea.
Good. And we're hearing a rumor there might be a hearing about the JFK situation. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we actually have our hearing coming up on April 1st. That is not April Fool's Day. That's when the hearing is going to be. And we actually just confirmed today that the director, Oliver Stone, will be testifying at that hearing, as well as Jeff Morley and a few other people. You know, there's been some incredible breakthrough on these declassified documents, and kudos to President Trump for following through on his campaign promise to fully declassify. But look, Jesse, we need to ensure that the American people deserve the truth, get down to the facts of what actually happened. And I do believe that the Warren Commission never did give the American people the facts. And so we have those. We're excited to present them to the American people, and there's more to come on that.
Yeah, Jeff Morley, who was on my show, who's going to be testifying to your committee next week, he said because of these new releases, it's conclusive that the CIA was running Oswald, running him. And he also said that he doesn't think all of the documents have been released. Is that your understanding too?
Yeah, so we're actually in the process of tracking down two specific documents. And also, too, Jesse, I would like to actually tell the American people, it was made aware to me this evening that NBC actually has a video that's never been seen before. We're actually going to be sending a letter requesting that from NBC because it allegedly shows Oswald near the vehicle when the assassination took place, which means that he couldn't have been the shooter. So, again, we're tracking down all this information. But look, there's even a CIA document that came out that Mr. Morley pointed out that actually said that the CIA never bought the lone gunman theory. And so I think the American people had an inclination as to what we were saying, but we never had the hard evidence until now. And so it's important to note that in a free and fair society, how could you operate or have an agency operating in the shadows? And so kudos to President Trump, also Director Radcliffe and Tulsi Gabbard for pushing for this transparency. It is going to be generational changing that they've done this. And we hope to bring forward legislation to ensure that this never happens again for future generations to come.
You're saying NBC has been keeping this tape of Oswald under wraps?
Correct. In fact, Director Stone actually told us that he was showed this tape, that it was a secondary copy, and that he said that this could blow open the entire JFK investigation. What I will also tell you, though, Jesse, is he said that NBC's been very, very much so guarding this tape. And so I believe that that tape belongs to the American people. We are going to be sending a letter asking for that tape. And I would encourage everyone to ask NBC to release that tape to the public. It's important not just for our investigations, but so the American people know the truth as to what happened with John F. Kennedy.
All right. Well, I think they will release it because I believe the president will probably put it on Truth Social pretty soon. All right, Congresswoman Anna Paulina
well, hopefully
Luna.
Fox promotes it. Yeah.
There you go. Thank you so
you.
much. Have a great weekend. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.